And now we're here at the Rock for the KMart 200 Sunoco Busch Grand National Series event number 2.
Drivers, start your engines!
And here we go with our second event, and we're going to start it off with on the pole, Emily Johnson in the number 71 Lifebuoy Chevrolet. On the outside will be Timmy Gardner in the number 97. Row number 2 will be Gerald Dickmat in the 81, and Jason Fwong in the 72. Row 3 will be Matt Richards and Tim Freilich. Nick Knotts and Zed Weinstein will make row number 4. Adam Fiegel and Mike Doobie will make row 5. Keith Batson and Lena Savage will make row 6. Hayden Klein and Courtney Winterbauer will make row 7. Juliet Leonard, Dougie Shears, Jordan Hetzer, and Kelsey McEwen, followed by Adam Chambers and Christina Cowan, Andre Castro and Charles Jackson, Alexander Wilson Leach and Darnell Jones, Greg Winnan, Celia Brewer, the Rodriguez brothers, and the rest of the field. And the green flag's going to fly 20 laps. We're underway. Apologize we couldn't get through those faster, but when you have a short track, it's kind of hard. And the leader immediately will be Emily Johnson. You can see them all right there, going to the back. Let's go through from the back to the front. Let's see who's who. There's Ann Batson, our Daytona 500 winner, in the middle of the field. Right behind Celia Brewer. Like I said, this is a 20-lap event, so anything can happen. And this is a little bit more of, if you have the best car, you can run the table. And if you don't, it's a totally different animal. Look at them. They're all shuffling for position down there. They're all going for it. Let's go up to the front. Let's see what's going on in the number 1 spot. Who is our current leader? Is Timmy Gardner. And there's Nick Knotts. There's Adam Fiegel. Tim already won a race. Won the Daytona 500. Now Adam's looking to do the same. And put one in his win column. Followed by Keith Batson in the Napa number 52. That's the Jimmy Hensley Ford from 1993. I'm going to have to go from the back of the field down. There's Ann Batson again in the 3 abreast. You see on the high side the number 64. That's number. There's Jeremy Doobie. Who is that number 64 that's up high? Nice done. Gabriella Bryan, our pole sitter at Daytona, right now dead last. Watch that. That was the number 77 of Grace Friedman getting a little wiggly, but she's got it back under shape. Darnell Jones right there. And there is Diana Panic. Moving up a little bit. That is Celia Brewer. Who's the guy going up high? That's the number 49 of Matt Richards. Going up high as you see Jacob Rodriguez going to the inside. Look again what's going on in the number 1 spot. It is still Tim Gardner. And then you have Adam Fiegel, Juliet Leonard, who's having a very good showing. And then it's followed by Keith Batson and Adam Chambers. And Dougie Shears. And there's the number 88, Crisco Pontiac of Hayden Klein, going around Nick Knotts, who's been riding that high spot. 3 abreast, how about that? We got the number 47 of Alexander Wilson Leach, and the number 81 of Gerald Dickmat. And there's Jordan Hetzer in the Total Motor Oil number 61 Lumina. Rick Pirelli car. There's the number 38 of Kelsey McEwen. That's the red coat steel tubes Ford that was driven by Dick Johnson, an Australian from the late 80s, 90s. NASCAR Winston Cup racing. Going back up to the number 1 spot, it is still Tim Gardner. And there's Keith Batson, who's looking to do just like what his wife did and win a race. Dougie Shears right there behind. We're talking about right now, you got your leaders and olds, and you have Ford, and now it's going to be a Pontiac. But technically it's Ford, Pontiac, and now it's going to be the Pontiac sticking their noses in as Hayden Klein, Dougie Shears. There's Dougie. You can see going away with that one. We're past the halfway mark is Tim Gardner. For the most part, a clean race. You never know what could happen though, because like I said, if you have a good jump, you're usually going to run the table. And Tim Gardner has just shown that to the fullest extent. There's the number 14 of Matthew Rodriguez in the Copenhagen Olds. That's an AJ Foyt car from 1989. And there on the inside is Mike Doobie in the split fire Ford that was driven by Charlie Glotzbach back in 1992. There's J.G. Honorin, 00. And it is still Tim Gardner leading the race. 5 laps to go. This time by it'll be 4. There's Nick Knotts right behind Hayden Klein. Then there's Juliet Leonard. The gap trying to get closed a little bit by Hayden Klein and Nick Knotts. This time by it will be 3 laps to go. Can Tim Gardner hold off the 2 Pontiacs that are right there behind him? It looks like there's a car slowing down there. That's the number 49 of Matt Richards. I think he just came off the pit road. He's going to go pit, I do believe. We're still green though, so that's the good news. So tough break for Matt Richards. If I can catch him. I don't think so. But there's Matt Richards. And right now it's 2 laps. It's going to be 3 laps to go. We'll stick on Matt Richards to see what's going on. I think he had to pit for a spot, so. Or is he gonna pit? Yep, he's gonna put it in pit road. That's what's going on there. And look at the slow. 2 laps to go. And right now 1 lap to go, and it's still Tim Gardner your leader. So we took a look at that. Now we're going to the white flag. Tim Gardner's leading. Can the number 29 of Nick Knotts catch him? I don't think he's going to be able to do it, because usually if you have a good lead, you're going to run the table. So it's going to be Tim Gardner who's going to win the second Sunoco Busch Series event right here. The KMart 200 is going to go to him. His second spot's going to be Nick Knotts. Third spot's going to be Hayden Klein. Dominant performance by Tim Gardner, what you usually expect when you see racing here at The Rock. 4th will be Juliet Leonard, another great showing. Gerald Ickmatz in 5th. Dougie Shears in 6th. Then it's Jordan Hetzer, Adam Fiegel, Kelsey McEwen, Adam Chambers rounding out the top 10, Andre Castro, Greg Goonan, Mike Doobie, Jason Wong, Keith Batson, Zed Weinstein, Alexander Wilson Leach, Trey Roberts, Christina Cowan, Faith Johnson, Grace Friedman, Darnell Jones, Jacob Rodriguez, Charles Jackson, Tim Freilich, Jeremy Doobie, Matthew Rodriguez, Christian Brennan, Gabriella Bryan, Casey Hutchinson, Courtney Witterbauer, Celia Brewer, Jack Richards, Ken Johnson, and Batson, our Daytona 500 winner, finishing 35th. Dunlap, Diana Panic, Ralph Green, Ed Gardner, Lena Savage, Emily Johnson, our pole sitter, finishing 41st, and Matt Richards, who was 3 laps down, finishing in last. So, our winner here will go to Tim Gardner, and with that will obviously make a difference in the points, as we show you right here. Point standings is Tim Gardner with that win got the lead. He also got 2 top 5 finishes, which really helped. He also had a top 5 finish at Daytona, which really helped. Juliet Leonard right there in second. Zed Weinstein, Adam Chambers, Mike Doobie, Tim Freilich, Nick Knotts, Dougie Shears, Grace Gwinnen, Hayden Klein, Jacob Rodriguez, Joe Dickma, and Batson drops from 1 to number 85, number 1 to number 13. Grace Friedman, Andre Castro, Jason Wong, Kelsey McEwen, Charles Jackson, Christian Brennan, and Ralph Green round out the top 20, then on 21 down to 40. Jordan Hetzer, Faith Johnson, Adam Fiegel, Courtney Witterbauer, Keith Batson, Gabriella Bryan, Darnell Jones, Alexander Wilson Leach, Emily Johnson, Lena Savage, Christina Cowan, Matthew Rodriguez, Matt Richards, Trey Roberts, Ken Johnson, Casey Hutchinson, Diana Panic, Jeremy Doobie, Jack Richards, Ed Gardner, Celia Brewer, and Dunlap rounding out the field. So far, not a good showing for Dunn. Not a good showing for Jeremy Doobie either. But, like I said, it's early on in the season. You don't know what could happen until we get to it. Like what's going to happen at our next event. When we go to Vegas, for the Matco Tools 300, it'll be a 20-lapper around the 1.5 mile speedway. Right near the strip. We got the Cup cars coming up. Before that, you know the drill.